Hello and welcome to the latest instalment in the Glyn Library series of information literacy videos. This time round we're going to take a look at copyright, looking at what you need to be aware of in using other people's work and introducing you to the concepts of Creative Commons and open access as alternatives. So let's get the boring bit out of the way and look at what restrictions you face under copyright laws. Please be aware though that this is only an introduction and a very brief summary of the law. The full Copyright Designs and Patents Act 1988 can be found on legislation.gov.uk. Copyright protects all originally produced material and lasts for a long time. For example, books remain within copyright protection until 70 years after the author's death, and films until 70 years after the death of whichever from the director, screenwriter or composer lives longest. There are some exceptions though. Fair dealing allows you to copy protected works for the purposes of research, private study, criticism, review and education. However, this only relates to you retyping the original verbatim. To cover photocopying and scanning, the college needs a license from the Copyright Licensing Agency. With this, you are permitted to copy or scan up to 10% of any copyright protected work, or a chapter from a book, a single article from a journal, a newspaper article, a poem, or an encyclopedia entry, whichever equates to the most. These rules will cover nearly all of the resources in the library's physical collection. However, if you look in the right places online, you can find a wealth of material that can be used however you see fit under what is known as Creative Commons. Creative Commons facilitates creators in setting conditions under which the public are allowed to use their work. There are 4 Creative Commons licenses that can be combined to provide different conditions of use, plus CC0, which places the work completely in the public domain. Visit creativecommons.org for further details. So where can you find resources licensed by Creative Commons? Here's a few sources to start you off. Let's look at books first. As I mentioned earlier, copyright expires on books 70 years after the death of the author. Project Gutenberg have made the most of this by compiling the internet's largest collection of copyright-free books, scanned from the original text by thousands of volunteers. If you're looking for newer materials, then you might be better off trying the Directory of Open Access Books, or DOAB for short, which draws together titles from a range of academic open access book publishers and enables you to search across them and access the resources with ease. The DOAB also has a sister site dedicated to open access journals, the DOAJ, which provides access to over 11,000 titles and nearly 3 million articles, all of which have been reviewed to ensure they are academically viable. Similarly, Omics International publish over 700 open access journals in the fields of science, medicine, engineering and technology, all of which contain the latest peer-reviewed research. If you're looking for images that can be used in your work, then be sure to take a look at Pexels and Pixabay, both of whom offer large collections of high-quality photos, illustrations and vector graphics, all of which are free to use under a Creative Commons Zero license. You may also want video content that you can include in your work, and so you'll be pleased to discover that 2 of the largest video repositories, YouTube and Vimeo, both contain Creative Commons work, which can be found using the search filters. You may have noticed that there's a jolly piece of music playing in the background of this video, and that's from a Creative Commons source too. It's from incomtech.com, a site which provides a wealth of music that can be downloaded and used under a CC BY 3.0 license, meaning you can share, remix and build upon it for any purpose providing you give appropriate credit to the original source. So there you go. Copyright need not be restrictive to your work if you look in the right places. Using something like Creative Commons can actually provide you with a better quality of product than if you search using tools which take a more lax approach to sharing copyright protected materials. If you have any questions about copyright and Creative Commons, then please feel free to come and ask us in the library about it. Pop in and speak to a member of staff, email us via library@barton.ac.uk, or tweet us to @GlynLibrary.